Two of the Middle East's most powerful states, Israel and Iran, stand on opposite sides of one of the region's most dangerous rivalries. Once quiet partners, they are now bitter enemies divided by ideology, security fears, and regional influence. Their hostility shapes conflicts across the Middle East and plays a major role in global political tensions today. Before I continue, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends, so more people can discover this content. Also subscribe to receive more content like this. The relationship between Israel and Iran is one of the most tense rivalries in the Middle East. Although the two countries are not always in direct war, they have been political and military enemies for decades. Their conflict is shaped by ideological differences, regional power struggles, Iran's support for groups opposed to Israel, and fears surrounding Iran's nuclear program. These factors have created deep mistrust and ongoing confrontation between the two states. Interestingly, Israel and Iran were not always enemies. After Israel was created in 1948, Iran, then ruled by Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, maintained limited but cooperative relations with Israel. The two countries shared economic and security interests, particularly because both were concerned about Arab nationalist movements in the region. However, this relationship changed dramatically after the Iranian Revolution in 1979. The revolution brought a new Islamic government led by Ruhollah Khomeini, which strongly opposed Israel. The new Iranian leadership rejected diplomatic relations with Israel and described the country as illegitimate. One major reason Israel and Iran do not get along is ideological conflict. Israel is a Jewish state with a democratic political system, while Iran is an Islamic republic guided by Shiite religious leadership. After the revolution, Iran's leaders adopted a policy of strong opposition to Israel and expressed support for Palestinian causes. Iran's government frequently criticizes Israeli policies toward Palestinians and presents itself as a supporter of Palestinian resistance movements. Israel, in turn, views these statements and policies as a threat to its security and sovereignty. Another key source of tension is Iran's support for armed groups that oppose Israel. Iran has provided funding, training, and weapons to organizations such as Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. These groups have been involved in attacks against Israel, including rocket fire and other military actions. From Israel's perspective, Iran's backing of these groups creates a network of hostile forces around its borders. This has led Israel to conduct military operations against Iranian targets or supply routes in places such as Syria and Lebanon in an effort to limit the flow of weapons. Iran's nuclear program is another major factor in the rivalry. Israel believes Iran may attempt to develop nuclear weapons, which it considers a serious threat to its national security. International concerns about Iran's nuclear activities led to negotiations and the creation of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action in 2015, which aimed to restrict Iran's nuclear program in exchange for the lifting of sanctions. Despite this agreement, tensions have continued. Israel has repeatedly warned that it would take action to prevent Iran from obtaining nuclear weapons. This dispute has contributed to covert operations, cyber attacks, and military strikes between the two sides over the years. Israel and Iran are also rivals for influence in the Middle East. Iran seeks to expand its regional influence through alliances with governments and militias in countries such as Syria, Iraq, and Lebanon. Israel, meanwhile, works with allies including the United States and some Arab states to counter Iranian influence. This broader geopolitical competition has turned their conflict into a regional rivalry that extends far beyond their borders. The hostility between Israel and Iran has developed over decades and is driven by a combination of ideology, security concerns, and geopolitical competition. The Iranian Revolution, support for anti-Israel groups, and disputes over nuclear weapons have all deepened the divide. As a result, relations between the two countries remain extremely tense, and their rivalry continues to influence politics and security throughout the Middle East. Thanks for watching this video on exploring the complex relationship between Israel and Iran. If you enjoyed the breakdown of the history and politics behind this rivalry, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss future content. I'd also love to hear your opinion. Drop a comment below with your thoughts or questions about this topic. Your engagement helps keep the conversation going,